we're so ignorant as a species, and I was thinking this morning how people people all make mistakes, and we all do stupid things that make us feel dumb, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I just can't reiterate that enough, because it's one of the things that I think that people seem to find as a fault within themselves, as if they're not living up to their full potential, or that they're not being the best they can be. And I don't see it that way at all. I see it as if you make a mistake, you know it, and you live up to it. And it's one of the things that makes us stronger, because without it, well, we don't gain anything. And I look at it kind of like what I mentioned in another video about cycles, when my kid asked me, why do we sleep? And besides the obvious that the body rests and whatnot, the only thing I can think of that's a universal reason with universal law would be for a cycle. Everything's a cycle. You wake up, it's a new day, and it's just kind of like when you wake up in the spring, and it's a new day in spring, and you realize that it's a new year. And the same thing happens whenever there are much larger cycles. There are solar cycles and planetary cycles and alignments and whatnot. And there are also cycles of behavior, and these are the cycles where we get really excited about something that we've done or learned, and then we go out promoting that to people or explaining that, learning more about it for ourselves, and then eventually over time we kind of fade away from it, and then we feel bad about it, as if we've done something wrong, like, oh, I've lost touch with whether it be my health or my weight or my drug addiction or my God, my religion, whatever it may be that a person might have as an important factor of their life. It's going to come in cycles, and everything is going to come and go in cycles. And when we make mistakes, just look at it as going through a cycle to learn how to not make that mistake again. I noticed that there's people have a very strong will to defend their point of view, and if someone has a different one, it's really easy to jump down someone's throat. And this is why I mention all this, is because sometimes people will say something and or learn something and then feel really strong about it and just want to express it to everyone. And when you get confronted, or when a person gets confronted with and asked for proof on their theories, they have two ways to react. They can either get defensive, or they can say, well, I don't really know for sure, but this is what I think. And as a society, we tend to get more defensive. It seems like we're getting more and more angry at each other about what we believe, because it's becoming so more tightly knit, the world, that we're pushed different thoughts onto us every day from other people, everywhere we go and every time we go online. So I guess my point is only that it's okay to make mistakes, and when you know that you've done it and you can change because of it, then it's a wonderful thing. If you keep continuing to make the same mistakes, then maybe it's time to, look at things differently. I make mistakes all the time, and it's one of the things that I found really helps me is having someone there to push me, my wife, and having that balance, that male and female energy. I think what's happened is society's grown up with these instilled ideas that the man's the provider and the woman's the the homemaker, and we're so way past that. But it's instilled, it's in our genes, and there were times when females ran the planet, I'm sure, and it's another cycle, male and female energy. Whenever I get too hot about some subject or something, my wife is always there to cool me down and say, hey, whatever, look at it realistic. And I think that that's just a wonderful thing. I think that sometimes the masculine energy can take too far of a turn, and go down a road that's very arrogant and misguided. And I've been there. I was an arrogant teenager, and I was arrogant well into my 20s, and it's really hard to break that. It's taken a lot of years for me to admit that I, just like everything else, am just a cycle. I'm just a tentacle of the universe, to feel what it's like to be Josh. And I guess if I'm part of the universe, then I can say that I like being Josh. I think it's fun. And I hope you all like being you too. Peace.